Hey everyone, welcome to Minerals, Rocks, and Fossil Talks. I'm your geology teacher, Jen, and today is Wordplay Wednesday. So I use the word member a lot, especially this month. And no, it doesn't have to do with the relationship to an exclusive group. Well, not really. A member is a lithologically distinct part of a formation. So sometimes your formations are very, very large and they need to be broken up so that they're easily identifiable. There's different chunks that are all kind of related in a formation, which is how we get our members. Members do not need to be mappable to the same scale as a formation, but sometimes they are large enough to be. This here is an example from the Rocked app of when members can be mappable. So this is the San Rafael swell. And all the blue that we're seeing right now is, well, most of the blue we're seeing is the Morrison Formation. You can see that the sort of sky blue, teal blue, is the salt wash member, and the sort of pale blue is the brushy basin member. So sometimes they are mappable, they're very large. If I were to zoom out though and do like a large scale, just straight up San Rafael swell, you'll only ever see Morrison. Now, the Morrison Formation has 11 members, which is a lot. So here we have the bluff sandstone, which is and this particular one is the type section, so what it was named from. This is the block of rock they used to describe it. It's near, you guessed it, Bluff, Utah. Whoa. Here we have the brushy basin member in the San Rafael swell of Utah, and it has that multicolored muds that we're used to seeing when we think about the Morrison Formation. This is the biggest member that we have, and it's found in it's found in all areas that the Morrison Basin is at the surface. There is the 50-mile member, which I could not find a photograph of. It's just not as common as the other ones. We have the jack pile sandstone, so it's the white sandstone that is capped by the yellow Cretaceous Dakota sandstone. This is in the Jemez Mountains of New Mexico. Here we have the Ralston Creek member in Fremont County, Colorado. It's gypsiferous. We might have this at our dig site. Not sure yet. It's either that or Tidwell. I'm not entirely sure right now. I'm going to have to do some more research. We have the recapture member, which I also could not find a picture of. It's not as big a member as many of the other ones. Here is the salt wash member that we were digging in at my site. You can see our Brachiosaurus rib just above my head here. And maybe part of a shoulder up above it. And then a pile of bones that we haven't identified yet because they're kind of crappy. They've been heavily abraded, which is a fancy word I will have to explain on some other Wordplay Wednesday. This photograph shows the red mudstones of the Tidwell member capped by the saltwash member channel sandstones just outside of Cisco, Utah. So you can see kind of how those two interact in this picture, which is fun. I'm hoping I pronounced this right. This is the Unkpapa sandstone in the Black Hills of South Dakota. So these are big sand dunes that were kind of following behind the Sundance Sea as it receded north into Canada during the late Jurassic. And then we have the Westwater Canyon member, which also I could not find photographs of. Then above here, our final member is the Windy Hill member. This is from Glendo Reservoir in Wyoming. The Windy Hill member is a marine sandstone that was part of the Sundance Sea beach system. So that's cool. So even from the few photographs I was able to show you, you can see how similar yet how different they are and how we can tell them apart. Part of it's just they're found in different areas. This, it's not really stratigraphic, it's like a lithologic comparison, not lithologic, I guess it is stratigraphic comparison, from western Wyoming through northwestern New Mexico, and just showing you how some of these members line up. You can see the brushy basin sits at the top of all of these, that are bluff sandstone, our Windy Hill, our Tidwell, I think, because it doesn't have Colorado, it doesn't see it, but the Ralston Creek, those three are all about the same age. I guess it has the recapture in there too. But we can also see that maybe they're slightly different in age in different areas too. And part of it's just fossils that we find in there, some of it's just matching lithology. It can be tough to line these up. And I mean, I've been trying to do something like this for like 5 years for our area, because it really is very difficult to line all of these members and all of these formations up. It's fun, I love it, but man, can it be time consuming and a pain in the butt. But anyway, this just gives you an idea of what members are, and when I mention members when talking about different dinosaurs or other fossils that we found, or even just the fact that we're digging in the salt wash member of the Morrison Formation every summer, and are still finding fossils in our brushy basin member above that, you can get an idea of how they stack on each other and the age differences. I mean, between salt wash, well, basically between Tidwell, salt wash, and brushy basin, which are the most common members, there's about 5 million years between each of them. So about 10 million years between Tidwell and brushy basin. So, like in previous videos when I mentioned Dystrophius was found, Dystrophius, whatever you want to call it, was found in the Tidwell member. Well, it's 10 million years older than Diplodocus, who's found in the brushy basin member. So, you know, big gaps. But anyway, that's just a little bit on formation members. Hope you learned a lot, and I will fossilize you later.